Okay, so we are taking our radians, we're putting them into degrees, and then we are finding 3 of the trig functions: sine, cosine, and tangent. So the first thing is I'm going to replace pi with 180. 180 divided by 6 is, so this is negative 30, which means I'm going to travel backwards how many degrees? 30 degrees. So that puts me here at 330. My reference is 30 degrees so that I can use the hand trick. Using the hand trick, I put down my pointer finger. Okay? So sine, it's the thumb side. How many fingers are up? 1. So the square root of 1 is 1 over 2. Now, is sine positive or negative? All students take cash. It is negative. Okay? Only cosine is positive. Okay, cosine is the pinky side. How many fingers? Square root of 3 over 2. Cosine is x. The x-axis is positive here. Okay? And tangent, because the denominators match, it doesn't matter. It's sine over cosine, so it's negative 1 over the square root of 3. Now, that is not a proper answer. We should really rationalize the denominator, but for purposes today, we're going to leave it like that. We're just practicing finding the trig, okay? We'll work on rationalizing later. Everyone good with that first one? I would multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 3, which would give me negative square root of 3 over 3. Okay, we'll get into that later. All right, now this one. Remember, if it's a 4, it's really a 45. 7 times 45 is negative 315. If I go backwards 315 degrees, where am I at? I'm at 45. I'm in quadrant 1, which means everybody is positive. Happy, happy people. So, middle finger down. What's my answer? Square root of 2 over 2. Cosine. Square root of 2 over 2. And tangent. It is the square root of 2 over the square root of 2 because my numerator and my denominator match. The answer is 1. Thumbs up if you're with me. I'm at a 75%. Ooh, not good. All right, we'll keep working at it. Okay, this one is going to be a 90 because 180 divided by 2 is 90 times a negative 3 is negative 270. 360 minus 270 is 90. I'm on an axis. You should have those memorized. Sine is y. What's my y value at this point? 1. What's cosine? 0. Tangent? 1 over 0. Uh-oh. Big no-no. Does not exist. Hand trick also works. 90, I put the pinky down. How many fingers are on the thumb side? Square root of 4 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. There's no fingers past the pinky, so that's why it's a 0. 1 divided by 0 is not allowed in math, so the tangent does not exist. Tangent does not exist on the y-axis, only the x-axis. Good? All right. Check your work. All right, now we're going to put the skills for the past 2 days all together in a single problem. All right, so you are given a picture here, and you're given an ordered pair. What do we know about trig and ordered pairs? This is cosine, this is sine. All right, going back to SOHCAHTOA, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Great. Okay, there's theta. Build your right triangle. Okay. Adjacent, 12 over 13. Where's the adjacent side? It's the one, it's the x-axis. Good job. So this gets 12. The hypotenuse gets 13. What does the opposite side get? How do you know that? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Nice job. Okay? We good? Okay, we good? Now they want the 6 trig families. Okay, so we're going to start with sine. Whose sine's reciprocal? Cosecant. And then we have cosine, and cosine's reciprocal. Cosine's reciprocal. Secant. Then we have tangent, and tangent's reciprocal is cotangent. Beautiful. Okay, well, I don't have to think for sine because they gave it to me. What is it? 5/12. And you shouldn't need to think for cosecant. What is it? Oh, sorry, 5/13, sorry. And cosecant? 13/5. It's just the reciprocal. Okay, cosine? 12/13. Secant? 13/12. Tangent, remember, is opposite over adjacent. So what are you going to write? 5/12 and 12/5. Good? Okay, we're going to build our right triangle right there. Yes. Theta always has to come off of which axes? X. So theta is going to be right here. I'm going to leave you with that to label the 3 sides of the triangles and answer the 6 trig function. Okay, just so you know, at some point, I hope somebody already told you this, but when you get into different careers, negatives are simply about direction, okay? So the length of this line is 3, but there's a negative because it's below the surface, okay? This is backwards from the origin, so it's -4. Now, my hypotenuse is going to be positive because when I square 2 numbers and add them together, it cancels out the negative. The squaring cancels out the negative. All right, so my hypotenuse, what did you guys put? 5. All right, we have sine, we have cosecant. We have cosine, we have secant, we have tangent, and we have cotangent. So really quickly, sine, -3/5. Cosecant, -5/3. And cosine, -4/5. Secant, tangent. All right, a negative over a negative is a positive. So 3/4 and 4/3. Great. Okay, let's move on to a more challenging one, please. All right, don't freak out. Hey, hey, hey. Calm down for a second, please. Secant goes with who? Cosine. So I'm just going to do the reciprocal of cosine. All right, here we go. We got to travel, though. I went 2 pi. I went 4 pi. I went 6 pi. 7 pi is halfway around. What is cosine at this dot? -1. What is the reciprocal of -1? -1. Problem done. Reciprocal, REC, reciprocal. Yes, sir. All right, what's -1/1, right? And then flip it. Okay, so 1 is one of those weird ones. Let's do this one, okay? So we need to make this a degree. 9 times 45, which is how much? I know, but we need to know. 405. So I'm going to go the whole circle, and then I'm going to drive how much further? 45. So I'm right here. What is the sign? Do the hand trick. Square root of 2/2. Problem done. Your homework is to finish 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 through 5 on the back of this paper. Okay? Homework is 5 through 8 and then 1 through 5 on the back.